Hello, everyone, and welcome to the very first episode of Everyday English. My name is Benji.
And I'm Luna. We are so happy you've decided to tune in and join us today.
We really are. Starting this podcast has been an exciting project for us, and it's fantastic to finally be here recording for all of you.
It really is. So let's talk about what this podcast is all about. Benji, do you want to start?
Absolutely. So, Everyday English is designed to be a fun, relaxed way for you to practice your English.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a traditional language class. You won't find any grammar drills or vocabulary lists here. Instead, our goal is to help you learn by listening.
Exactly. The best way to get comfortable with a new language is to hear it used in natural, everyday situations. And that's what we're going to do.
Right.
We'll just have a conversation, like two friends chatting. We'll talk about our lives, our hobbies, things we like, things we don't like.
Food, movies, books, our weekend plans, basically all the normal stuff that native speakers talk about.
Yeah, exactly. We will try to speak clearly and maybe a little more slowly than we would with our friends, but we want to keep the conversation feeling real and authentic.
So our advice to you is to just lean back, listen, and see what you can pick up. Don't worry if you don't understand every single word. The goal is to get used to the rhythm and flow of English conversation.
Perfect. So with that in mind, I think we should jump into our first topic.
Let's do it. What are we talking about today, Luna?
Today, we're talking about something we all do every single day, morning routines.
Morning routines, a classic. So I have to ask you first, are you a morning person? Do you jump out of bed ready to start the day?
Oh, I wish. No, I am absolutely not a morning person. Not even a little bit. It's a real struggle for me.
I feel so much better hearing you say that. I'm the same way. People who wake up smiling are a mystery to me.
Totally. My brain doesn't really turn on until about 10 a.m. So what time does your alarm usually go off?
During the week, my alarm is set for 7 a.m., but I don't actually get out of bed at 7.
Right, the snooze button.
The snooze button is my best friend and my worst enemy. I will hit it at least twice, sometimes 3 times. Each time I tell myself, okay, just 9 more minutes.
I do the exact same thing. My alarm goes off at 6:45, but I probably don't get up until 7:15 or even 7:30. It's such a bad habit.
It is, because you're not getting good quality sleep. You're just in this weird half-awake state. But it feels so good in the moment.
It does. So what kind of alarm sound do you use? Is it a gentle sound or something really loud and annoying?
I used to have a really loud beeping alarm, but I found it was making me start the day feeling stressed and angry.
Oh yeah, I can imagine.
So now I use a much gentler sound, one that slowly gets louder. It's supposed to be like a sunrise. It's less painful. What about you?
I use the sound of birds chirping on my phone. I thought it would be a nice, peaceful way to wake up.
That sounds lovely.
It is, but sometimes I'm so tired that I just get angry at the birds. It's not their fault.
Poor birds. Okay, so once you've finally defeated the snooze button and you're out of bed, what's the absolute first thing you do?
The very first thing I do is drink a big glass of water that I keep on my bedside table.
Oh, that's so healthy.
I try. I read that you get dehydrated overnight, so it's good to rehydrate first thing. I find it helps me wake up a little bit. Then I stumble to the kitchen for coffee. That part is not optional.
Coffee is never optional. I go straight for the coffee maker. I can't form a complete sentence until I've had my first cup. How do you make your coffee?
I use a simple drip coffee machine, but I have to have a little bit of oat milk and a tiny bit of cinnamon in it. It makes it feel cozy.
Cinnamon is a good touch. I use a French press. I like the ritual of it. Boiling the water, letting it brew for exactly 4 minutes, and I drink it black, strong and black.
A French press? That's impressive for someone who isn't a morning person.
Well, it forces me to focus on something. By the time the coffee is ready, my brain has started to work, a little bit.
That makes sense. It's a way to force yourself to be mindful. So what's your routine while you're drinking this perfectly brewed coffee?
I sit on my kitchen table and try to just enjoy it. For a long time, I used to scroll on my phone, but I realized it was a stressful way to start the day.
Oh, definitely. The doom scrolling.
Exactly. You start reading bad news or stressful work emails before you've even had breakfast. So now I try to just look out the window. It's much more peaceful.
That's a great habit. I have my coffee while I plan my day. I have a little notebook and I write down the 3 most important things I need to do.
A to-do list. Very organized.
It helps me feel in control. After that, I take my dog Buster out for a quick walk around the block. The fresh air really helps.
That sounds like a great part of the routine. After my coffee, it's straight to the shower. The warm water helps me wake up the rest of the way.
Yeah, so then comes the big question, what to wear? This can be the most time-consuming part of my morning.
Really?
Yes, I'll stand in front of my closet and just stare. I try to pick out my clothes the night before, but I rarely do.
I've tried that too, the night before plan. It never sticks. For me, it's pretty simple. I work from home most days, so my uniform is usually just jeans and a comfortable sweater.
I'm so jealous. I have to go into an office, so I have to look a bit more professional. It's a lot more effort. While I'm deciding, I put on my Getting Ready playlist. It's full of upbeat, happy music.
That's a good idea. I'm a podcast guy in the morning. I listen to a short daily news podcast while I'm in the shower. It makes me feel productive.
Productive in the shower? That's impressive. Okay, let's talk breakfast. I have to eat something, but it needs to be fast. I'm usually a smoothie person.
A smoothie? Okay, what's in it?
My go-to is spinach, a frozen banana, some almond butter for protein, and almond milk. You can't even taste the spinach, I promise.
That sounds very healthy and efficient. My standard is Greek yogurt with a handful of berries and a sprinkle of granola for some crunch.
That sounds delicious. Do you ever get bored of it?
Sometimes, if I'm feeling like I need a change, I'll have oatmeal, especially in the winter. A warm bowl of oatmeal is really comforting on a cold day.
Oh, that sounds so good. The seasons definitely change things. I find it so much harder to get out of bed in the winter when it's dark and cold.
It's the worst. Waking up when it's still dark outside feels wrong. Your body just wants to stay in bed where it's warm.
Exactly. But in the summer, when the sun is streaming through my window, it's so much easier to feel energetic.
Totally agree. Have you ever had a huge morning disaster, like you overslept for something really important?
Oh my gosh, yes. A few years ago, I had a really important job interview. I set my alarm, but I must have turned it off in my sleep.
Oh no.
I woke up on my own, looked at the clock, and realized my interview was in 20 minutes.
20 minutes? What did you do?
I have never moved so fast in my life. I threw on an outfit, brushed my teeth, and ran out the door. I did the whole interview feeling completely frazzled. I did not get the job.
That's a classic nightmare scenario. I overslept and was running late to catch a flight for a vacation once.
That's even more stressful.
It was terrible. I threw everything into my suitcase and raced to the airport. I made the flight, but when I got there, I realized I had forgotten to pack any shoes except for the slippers I was wearing.
No, you had to buy new shoes on vacation?
My first stop was a shoe store. Not the best way to start a trip. So now I set 3 different alarms if I have something important.
I do the same. One on my phone and one across the room, so I have to physically get out of bed to turn it off.
The cross-the-room alarm clock is a smart move, a real commitment.
It's an act of desperation. So how does this all change on the weekends, or do you wake up at 7 a.m. on Saturdays?
Oh, absolutely not. On weekends, there are no alarms. I let myself wake up naturally, which is usually around 8:30 or 9. It's the best feeling.
It really is. And my breakfast is much slower. I might make pancakes or scrambled eggs, and I'll sit and enjoy my coffee instead of drinking it while I get ready.
Yes, I do the same. Weekend mornings are for a leisurely breakfast. I love making a big omelet with cheese and vegetables. It feels like such a treat.
An omelet sounds amazing right now. Well, it seems like even though we struggle with mornings, we've found ways to make them work.
It's true. It's all about finding those little tricks and habits that make it a bit more bearable. Do you do any exercise in the morning? I have friends who go for a run at 6 a.m., and I just can't comprehend that.
Oh, goodness, no. The only running I'm doing in the morning is running late. I really admire people who can do that. I have tried. I really have. I'll set my alarm for an early workout, but when it goes off, my bed is just too comfortable.
I'm with you on that. The internal negotiation starts. I could go to the gym now, or I could go after work. The after work option always wins, even though I know I'd probably have more energy for the rest of the day if I worked out in the morning. And that's all the time we have for today's topic. This was a lot of fun.
It was. So, a huge thank you to everyone for listening to our very first episode of Everyday English. We hope you enjoyed it.
Yes, thank you. We hope you learned some new things and that you'll join us again for our next episode. We're going to be talking all about our favorite hobbies.
That's right. It should be another fun conversation. Until then, have a great week.
And take care. Bye, everyone.
Bye.